What is up guys, and welcome to today's video where we'll be catching up on the latest and biggest transfer news of the English Premier League. So I've got a bunch of players here that I want to be talking about, and then we're going to move on to the first bunch of players, who is going to be Diego Costa and Messi and Batshuayi. Now starting with Costa, he is now linked with China's Tianjin Quanzhou. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but that is the Chinese club name. Apparently he is connected with them and he is gonna be back in training. He may be fined, I'm not too sure, but it looks like the chance of Costa moving to China in summer is gonna be really likely. Or he might be just playing a game, maybe, his tactic of trying to sign a bigger deal with Chelsea, who knows, but I see a decent chance of Costa moving, even though I wouldn't want to. Like, even Robin said in the interview with one, well, I don't know who he said the interview with, but he said basically going to China is retirement, which I think is kind of true. Like, you just go there for money, really, not for competitive league. And then we're going to move on to the next player, who's going to be Batshuayi. Now he is now connected with Paris Saint-Germain and Swansea, even though I see him going to Swansea much more bigger chance, I guess, because it's in the same Premier League. Chelsea will probably send him out loan. Yeah, obviously it's going to be a loan. They're not going to sell him already. It's definitely going to be a loan. He's got potential. I think it's going to be Swansea, but Swansea really needs the game-changing striker. Like, Llorente's decent. He scored 6 goals so far, which is actually not too bad, but I do think Batshuayi need to move somewhere because he's not getting enough game time, and game time is the key. We're going to move on to the next bunch of players. Now these are the players that are linked to Chelsea if Costa moves. Like, starting with Llorente, I think he's still going to come if Batshuayi leaves the club in this winter transfer market, because, well, he's not that good, but I think he would do decent for a sub, some competition for Costa, because Batshuayi is not doing too well. Belotti as well, decent. He's doing amazing in Italy, but I don't think he's really going to fit in, to be absolutely honest. But I think Morata and Lukaku would be the best choice if Costa leaves, even though I kind of do like Morata. Actually, I'm not too sure which one I like the most. You could leave the comment down below who you think is going to be the best striker that's going to be fit in Chelsea. Like Lukaku, he's already shown in English Premier League that he can do well. Morata, he's not getting much game time in Real Madrid. And we're going to move on to the next bunch of players, which is going to be Depay. Now we're going to first be starting with Depay first. Now Depay, he's now linked with Lyon. Apparently Man United rejected 2 bids for him, but it looks like he's finally going to leave Manchester United and he's going to go to Lyon, have some game time, hopefully improve his game, because he actually plays pretty decent when it comes to international performances. And then we're going to move on to Payet as well. Now this is the big issue player once again. Apparently he's training with the 2nd division of West Ham, which I think he deserved it, really. Like, you just can't say to the club, oh yeah, I'm not going to try my best when I'm on the field. That's just absolutely disgraceful. Even Mark Noble and Sam Bilic spoke on that. But obviously he's now connected with Marseille, so I think that's the club that he wants to go for. But West Ham does say that they won't let Payet go unless Payet gives the fan apology, because, well, it was pretty rude of him not trying his best. We've also got Rashford here, who is linked with Sevilla for a loan move, which I think is a very realistic choice for Manchester United, because Rashford really needs that game time. He's got a lot of potential. If he goes to Sevilla, he would get a lot of game time and he could somehow improve there, because right now it seems like Manchester United really do need that Zlatan at the top to keep their form going, And then we're going to move on to the next bunch of players. Who are the big players? We have got Jan Oblak, Messi and Griezmann on the line here. We're going to be starting with Oblak now. Manchester City, this season they're having a big problem with defense and the goalkeepers. Obviously, I think they're definitely going to sign some defenders, but I think the biggest problem here is now the goalkeeper. Obviously, he's getting blamed for everything, which I don't think everything is Bravo's fault. I don't think everything's Bravo's fault. Stones is having a horrible season as well. But anyway, Oblak would be a decent choice. He's a proven goalkeeper in La Liga. I think he's going to be one of the world's best very soon. Or maybe he may be even one of the best right now. But I think if he goes to Manchester City, the goalkeeper is definitely going to be way better. It's definitely going to be way better. I think Oblak would be a decent choice for Manchester City if they can actually sign him. I guess it'll be goodbye for goodbye for Bravo, because Joe Hart is not going to return to Man City. If I was Joe Hart, I wouldn't return to Manchester City. And then we've got another Manchester City transfer news. This is a pretty big one. We have got Lionel Messi here. Now, this is a pretty interesting one. Apparently Manchester City did bid £100 million for Messi, but is this transfer gonna happen? I'll be completely honest. I don't think it's definitely not gonna happen. It's just, it's just a silly transfer news that media is making up, really. But I don't think Messi's just definitely not going to move. It is kind of it kind of makes sense. Like I think Messi said in the interview that he's going to stay in Barcelona if Barcelona wants him to as well. Of course, Barcelona would want Messi in the team, and then we have Griezmann here as well, who's linked with Manchester United. Now, although with contrasting to Messi's transfer news, I think this one is very likely to happen. Obviously, in the summer transfer market, but the reason is that obviously so I've got two Atletico Madrid players here. Atletico Madrid aren't doing too well, and it seems like Griezmann do want some. I guess a change. I reckon it'll be like time for a change for Griezmann as well. If he goes to United, then obviously it's gonna be pretty interesting. Like how Mourinho's gonna try to use him and Zlatan at the same time. His link with Pogba is gonna be pretty interesting as well. But I do kind of think this is likely to happen, and we have got Patrice Evra here now. I've got three of them. Obviously, he's also linked with Crystal Palace, Man United, and Valencia. I really do hope, like Juventus has already mentioned on this. He's saying Evra is very close to leaving the club. I really do hope he goes to Manchester United because he's just an experienced player. I don't think he's gonna play a lot, but he can like teach the players like some defensive skills. Because Evra is still like Evra was once a really good defender, and Crystal Palace seems pretty likely as well. Obviously, return back to English Premier League. Even I hope that he doesn't go to Valencia because I just think it's gonna go horrible for him when he goes to Valencia there. But anyway, this is it for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe, and goodbye.